Hey everyone, welcome to an extra video. You may have seen in previous videos for week 10 that towards the end I went ahead and added a little bit of a little bit of UI into my terrain scene in the form of a countdown timer for the final project demo. To be clear, an actual on-screen timer is going to be optional. You are not going to be required to create one as long as you have an invisible countdown that is counting down towards when your exe automatically closes. Then you don't actually need the actual physical counter on screen. But if you wanted to add it and be introduced to some basic UI stuff, then this video will show you how to do some of that stuff. So to begin, we're going to start by making sure that we have Text Mesh Pro installed. Text Mesh Pro, and we're going to go to Window. We're going to go to Package Manager. We can see it's right here, but we want to make sure it's actually installed first. So we want to go to our Package Manager. We want to go to the Unity Registry, not under My Assets where you find asset store stuff, but Unity Registry. Next, we just want to go to the search. We just want to type in text. And we can see this little check mark here. That means it is perfectly installed and ready to go. It might not be for your version of Unity, so just jump into the package manager real quick, type in text up here under the Unity registry, and just double check and make sure you got the little check mark here. You may also be asked to update Text Mesh Pro if there is an update available. There isn't one available for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this up because we are good to go. Next, we can go ahead and just right-click right here inside the hierarchy. We can also go into Window, Text Mesh Pro, but I like just right-clicking in the hierarchy, going down to UI, Text Mesh Pro, and then we get this little pop-up here. Real quick, before doing anything here, I want to just right-click in the hierarchy again. You may notice down here you have something called Legacy with a regular text option here. Don't use this. It is an inferior version of Unity's text tool. Text Mesh Pro here is the modern, better version of Unity's text tool. So for the majority of your projects, especially in the beginning, just go ahead and use Text Mesh Pro. There are some advantages to using a legacy text compared to Text Mesh Pro, but they're not going to matter for beginners to Unity. So just stick with Text Mesh Pro. We're just going to go ahead and import the TMP Essentials right now by clicking on it. And there we go. We have a whole folder here with Text Mesh Pro created. You can also go ahead and download the examples and extras. You don't have to. I'm not actually going to use them for this video, but if you wanted to take a look at some of the examples and samples that they have set up for you, then you're welcome to go ahead and check those out as well. I'm going to close this. We can open up the Text Mesh Pro folder if you wanted to. We have a whole bunch of examples, scenes that demonstrate the various texts. I'm actually going to go ahead and save the scene that I have right now. So let's see, Files, save. There we go. Now I can just come back here anytime I want. Let's go back into Text Mesh Pro. Let's go into my examples, my scenes. Let's just pick one of these. I don't know. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh, look at that. What does the game tab look like? Oh, there we go. Basic style tags are available. What do we have in this scene? Multiple fonts. Yeah, just giving you a nice demonstration of the many kinds of options that Text Mesh Pro has available for you in regards to using text. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's go back into my my regular scene here, so we can go back and start working properly. Not in the game tab. We want to be here. We want to be ideally in an orientation like this. Okay, let's go ahead and start working with my text here. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure I have the text in the proper location on my screen when I actually start playing. If I were to just test play this right now, let's go ahead and give that a second to load up. If I were to test play this right now, you can see that the new text is kind of down there towards the bottom left there. The reason for that is that is the default location when you first create a new text here. As you can see, this is a representation of the game screen. We can go ahead and click on the game tab here and see that, yeah, this is a pretty close representation of what the screen is going to look like when you're actually moving around and playing. And down here is the text. So we need to go ahead and just move this around first. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this timer. Let's see. And then we can just go ahead and start positioning this this text around. And I would like the timer to be up here, actually. So there we go. Yeah, that's appropriate. Okay, so then we can call this, or we can just replace this with an actual timer. Second, we can zoom in. Oh, I don't want to type enough. We can zoom into the 0 here. There we go. We can post this in, that in. There we go. We can push that a little bit more into a proper position. Take a look at the game tab again just to make sure. Yep, it looks good. Very nice. Okay, we can further explore the inspector for our timer here, our timer text here. Let's see. We have fonts. How many fonts do we have? Well, we don't have that many, but we have some to start with. Hey, that might actually be kind of cool. More of a digital clock thing. That looks pretty cool. We can stick with that. Font style, bold, italicized, underlined, crossed out. Let's go ahead and make this bigger because I kind of want to keep that bold, make it clearer. The font size, we could go ahead and make it bigger, why not? Yeah, that's more appropriate. We can very clearly see what's going on there. Let's see, the color. We can make it a color gradient, maybe. That'd be probably a better idea. Ooh, some purple there. Lighter purple. Maybe something darker, much lighter. I don't know. Just playing around with this just to show you that there's lots of options here for whatever you want to do with this. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, we can go with that. Why not? We also have color presets here. Yeah, you know what? We can use one of these color presets instead. That's pretty good. Nice and big there. We can very clearly see. We can make it a little bigger. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's see. We can align. We can keep it left, but we have some alignment options here. Warping enabled. Let's disable it. See what happens if I make it bigger. Yeah, there we go. Gets rid of that warping situation we had. Nice. Overflow, horizontal mapping, vertical mapping. Lots of options here to play around with your text. Let's see. We have shaders, Text Mesh Pro. We probably don't want to mess with that right now. Softness. Ooh, look at that. Dilate, interesting. Lots of options here. Put in an outline if we wanted to. Thickness, oh, that looks nice. That looks pretty good. An underlay, no, let's take a look and see what this is. Oh, there's a little shadow there, that's nice. Soft, we don't want to make it that heavy. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. All right, very nice. Those are some options there you can play with in Text Mesh Pro. Cool. Now, of course, setting up your text is just half the battle. Setting up the actual appearance and aesthetic of your text is half the battle. Obviously, if we were to play the scene right now, nothing is going to happen. There is no we're not telling the text to do anything. It's just staying static at this one message. So what we need to do is add in some script. And as you can see, I already went ahead and created a script here. I got this online. They will be properly given credit in the script itself. So I'm actually going to go ahead and open the script up so we can take a look at it. Here it is. I'm going to also go ahead and just make sure that this person gets credit. So right here, I'm going to create another note for myself in line 5. And I'm just going to write script from the game guy, and the link is right here. That way, anytime I need to refer back to the original source of this, I can very easily. All right, let's go ahead and just save and go over this. This script very, very simply just gives the player an opportunity to write down in the inspector how much time they want to have on their timer. So they have to write it down in seconds. So for example, if you want 5 minutes, you have to write it down 300 seconds and such. This creates a variable here, an invisible variable that we're not going to bother making public because it's going to be turned on automatically as soon as the script starts anyway. This variable is designed to just activate the countdown as soon as the timer begins. This right here, this line right here, allows you to assign your TextMesh Pro text to the script itself. So we'll have a little box where we can go ahead and assign the timer text that we created. Down here, and under void start, again, the second the game begins, the timer becomes true. So the countdown activates the second you start the game. Let's see. This if statement is what actually controls the countdown. This debug line here won't actually show up in the game tab when you're actually walking around and playing, but it's going to show up in the console panel for debug logs, which we'll take a look at in a second. And this little chunk down here converts your seconds into the appropriate minutes and seconds format here. So let's just go ahead and save. This script will be available for you to download and use at your convenience through Moodle. So you'll be able to find it there and work with it there if you want to. Let's go ahead and go back into Canvas. Let's go into my timer text here. Let's go ahead and add a component. Let's go ahead and add the timer script, or I can just drag it in if I want to, if I couldn't find it for whatever reason. Can I just drag it in? Hello? I guess it's not letting me. Oh no, there it is. But don't know why it didn't let me put it all the way down there, but it's fine. I guess because the shader always has to be at the very bottom. Regardless, we now have the timer script here. We have this timer text here, so we can go ahead and just track down our timer game object here, the actual text that we created. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in. Next, we're going to say how much time is left. So let's say, just for the sake of testing, 5 seconds. And let's go ahead and actually play the game. And when we play, the timer should now work. And look at that, it does. We start at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We can see at the very bottom left here that we got this little message that popped up at 0 saying time is up. If we go into our console here for our debug log, we can see that the time is up has popped up here as well. Let's actually go ahead and restart that so that we can go ahead and see the actual time is up pop up here in the console panel. So we're walking around, 2, 1, 0, time is up. Perfect. And this works with any time. So we did 5 seconds, but let's go ahead and go with 60 seconds. Let's see 1 minute. Let's see how that looks. And there we go. 1 minute, 59, 58, 57. That's working. Perfect. Let's go ahead and go to, I don't know, it's something random. Let's go to 173 seconds. Why not? And let's see what that's like as soon as it starts playing. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. We can see our time left just counting down here in real time. Perfect. Excellent. All right. At this point, we can still keep editing the actual appearance of the text itself. The script is ready. The script is going to be available for you in the Moodle. This was just a short video to show you just a short video to introduce you to the to UI stuff and how you can work in tandem with scripting to make it dynamic UI that actually presents relevant information to you as you play your game. So again, in your actual final project, you will have an invisible countdown that is going to count down to when your exe will close automatically. If you wanted to create a actual bit of UI here that has a timer that follows along with that invisible timer towards the exe's automatic closure for your demos, feel free to add in some UI if you want to. TextMesh Pro is great. There are also plenty of free UI assets in the asset store for you to play around with if you wanted to experiment some more with UI. The higher level game engine courses teach you more about UI. Courses specifically designed around UI teach you more about UI. But this was just a brief introduction to help you understand and get a brief introduction to UI stuff. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of this. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.